Hello everyone, welcome to the next episode of SpongeBob Now. Today, I will be talking about Squid's visit, and to SquarePants or not to SquarePants. First, I'm going to talk about Squid's visit. Enjoy. The episode starts with the employees at the Krusty Krab doing nothing as the restaurant closes. Squidward says he has nothing to do tonight. SpongeBob really wants Squidward to visit his house, but Squidward does not want to. He says that he prefers the comfort of his own home over SpongeBob's dirty little hovel. At the Pineapple, Patrick suggests to SpongeBob to borrow something of Squidward's to make him come to the house to get it back. This gives SpongeBob an idea. While Squidward is cooking, SpongeBob steals his vacuum cleaner in order for him come to the Pineapple to get it back. Squidward puts his dinner in the oven and then comes to SpongeBob's house and sees, to his shock, that SpongeBob made an exact replica of his house. Squidward is now getting very annoyed and demands his vacuum, but SpongeBob ignores him, trying to do everything he can to ensure Squidward stays. Squidward sits on the exact replica of his chair and sees his coffee table, his food, his Art of the Clarinet book, and his pillow SpongeBob was fluffing. It looks like the one Squidward's mother made for him. Then Squidward sees his hallway, and he sees the chip in the painting from when he moved into his own house. Then he walks into his bathroom and he sees his medicine cabinet and his rash cream. But when SpongeBob shows up, Squidward screams and he slips on the rash cream too many times and his head falls into the toilet, knocking himself out. Squidward wakes up and thinks he had a nightmare about himself visiting SpongeBob, but much to his horror, he is not dreaming. Squidward screams in anguish. He lies to SpongeBob that he has to go to the bathroom again, but instead, he runs upstairs, looking for his vacuum cleaner. When Squidward opens the door and turns on the light, he finds out he is in the gallery room and spots all 492 of his self-portraits hanging on the wall. Squidward becomes scared, but then he gets furious. He looks for the vacuum cleaner in the closet and finds it, but it is stuck in the closet. Squidward pulls it until his vacuum comes out. The vacuum hits Squidward and he crashes into the wall, tilting his self-portraits. He falls down the stairs, and he spits out the vacuum. He then walks out of SpongeBob's house, but when he goes outside, he realizes that his house had vaporized due to a fire. While Patrick informs Squidward that he missed the fire, he rushes to the fireman and asked him what happened to his house. It turns out that while Squidward was in SpongeBob's home finding his vacuum cleaner, the casserole he put in his oven has burned not his food, but his entire home along with it. Squidward become enraged with SpongeBob at all this, because thanks to him for being in his house way too long, Squidward now has to wait till his house is fixed again. SpongeBob then tells Squidward he's more than welcome to stay at his house until his house does get fixed, rendering him catatonic and fainting to SpongeBob's worry. In the end, he winds up staying at the Pineapple indoors and SpongeBob and Gary sleeping outside, as the episode ends. Next, I'm going to talk about to SquarePants or not to SquarePants. Enjoy. The episode starts with the narrator talking about a horrible tragedy, while showing an overwater hurricane, followed by footage of the 1940 collapse of Tacoma Narrows Bridge, galloping Jerdy, with a man running from the bridge before its collapse, and a woman screaming in terror. After that, the scene cuts to a rainy day at SpongeBob's Pineapple, where inside, SpongeBob is looking at the calendar. The narrator says that the tragedy happened 3 days before, as the calendar flips back to January 7th. It was laundry day, and SpongeBob is seen doing chores, including laundry, with his pants and Gary's shell. Patrick then calls SpongeBob to show that he can make funny sounds with his tongue for a very long time. SpongeBob asks Patrick if it can wait, but Patrick refuses, so he continues on, making SpongeBob bored by sitting on the chair for so long. Meanwhile, Gary gets his shell out of the laundry. By the time SpongeBob gets to the laundry machine, his pants had shrunk. He goes to the store to buy new ones, but Patty Reachid declares that there will not be any SquarePants for months. He then looks through the pants and tries many pairs, but is not interested. He then finds a pair of round pants with the same design as his normal pants. While walking with his round pants, SpongeBob bumps into Patrick, but Patrick does not recognize him because he was wearing round pants and the real SpongeBob wears square ones. He bumps into Sandy, who pretends that she does not know SpongeBob, saying that they must call him SpongeBob Fancy Pants in a complimentary manner only for SpongeBob to take the compliment as Sandy not recognizing him. Then, SpongeBob passes Squidward's house, and Squidward pretends not to recognize SpongeBob in order to get him to leave him alone. SpongeBob then heads home, but Patrick forbids him from entering because the house belongs to SpongeBob SquarePants before he left. Being gullible, SpongeBob really thinks that Patrick, Sandy, and Squidward do not know him, so he starts making himself over, naming himself SpongeBob Roundpants. SpongeBob gets a job at the Krusty Krab with his new look and looks to Squidward for pointers. Squidward teaches SpongeBob about his bad routine as a Krusty Krab employee, including not throwing the trash in the dumpster, being rude to the customers, nasally laughing like Squidward, burning Krabby Patties, taking too long in the bathroom, and even sleeping on the job. Mr. Krabs realizes what is going on, and he does not joke around when he sees SpongeBob, immediately recognizing him despite his round pants. SpongeBob then tells Mr. Krabs that he cannot be SpongeBob SquarePants again, as he has round pants. Mr. Krabs asks him who told him this, and SpongeBob states it was Patrick, who stops eating a Krabby Patty when he realizes his error of not recognizing SpongeBob in the first place. Mr. Krabs then suggests that he just remove them if that is the case. Then, SpongeBob takes off the round pants leaving his underwear, while Sandy jokingly calls him SpongeBob Underpants, and the episode ends with the former looking at his underwear and screaming with embarrassment. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos. Goodbye everyone.